Imagine seeing something impossible in the sky, a flying object that defies explanation, and before you are told, a strange man in a black suit appears at the door. He knows details that only you should know about and nobody else. He tells you to stay quiet, then he disappears. This isn't a plot of a Hollywood movie. It is a story behind one of the most enduring mysteries in UFO history, the Men in Black. I am GoneRogue. This is OneLane.
Yeah.
And down there, we got Pika. And this.
Woo woo.
Together, we are
Midnight Enigmas.
Yeah.
And today's episode is the Men in Black.
Men
Hell
in
yeah.
Black, baby. And we ain't talking about Will Smith until later.
Totally.
A little bit of kind of, yeah.
Summer,
messed up
summer,
at the end of that.
summertime.
Yeah. You.
Well, I would say I'll start mine in chronological order. Mine's a very
Yeah.
first documented, air quote, Men in Black story in the known world, 700 AD. Now, what I don't know, and it's something I didn't get into in my story because I was worried about trying to memorize these details and stuff in the story because I really want to get away from reading it. I don't know the difference or what religion it is. I think it's Catholicism, Catholic, something. The difference between an abbot and a priest is this guy was an abbot. His name was John the Abbot. I don't know what an abbot is in the Catholic Church or any kind of religion. I don't know. I didn't get into that. So maybe, yeah, I see Andrew working over there. But I don't know what it is. But this guy was an abbot. A-B-B. Yeah.
Abbott what?
And
Catholicism?
yeah, just an abbot of church or something like that. I don't know what it means. Is it like somebody who's training to be a monk, somebody who's training to be a priest or something? They're called an abbot. I don't really know. It's one of the two because this story involves both of them. I know he had a monastery. This man had a monastery because that's what this story is basically rooted around.
If you're talking about, is it spelled like
ABB.
ABBOT?
Yeah, or ABBOTT maybe. But
Yeah, I'm
abbot,
pretty sure in Catholicism it's like a like spiritual and temporal leader of an independent monastery
yeah, it's a monastery.
of monks. I
Yeah,
think.
the spiritual father and head of a monastery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what it was, his town that he was in, his monastery burnt down. It burnt to the ground. And I mean, nobody was hurt, but he lost his building. And so the rich people of this city was trying to buy the land. They're trying to steal the land from the church because there was not a church on it anymore. And he was panicked. He didn't know what to do. The governor whoever was in charge of this country, I was worried about the major details of the story. He was like, he had to take a boat to get to this governor to get the paperwork signed, and it took 4 days. It was a 4-day boat ride back in this is 700 AD to get to
forever.
Yep. So he was worried he was going to lose his land. The rich people of the town was going to buy up his land. So he talked to the local people, and they decided to give him a chance to go talk to him and see if they could get a hold or some kind of, get governor's word. But he didn't have, he was on a deadline. He had to get there and get back. That was it. They gave him like 2 weeks or whatever, and it was a 4-day trip there and back. So he makes it there, gets this, talks to the governor, and the governor is like, yeah, that is wrong. They can't steal your land. I'm going to sign this paperwork. So he signed all the paperwork for him, and he can't find a ride home. He can't find a boat. Everywhere he goes to talk to people, nobody's going to where he needs to come. He can't come home. He's stuck.
Dang.
And the next day he gets up, he's stuck. He cannot get back, and he's got the paperwork signed, and he has no idea how in the world to get back. all day long. This is the second day after he has his paperwork signed. He's just roaming up and down the beach and the shorelines and the fishing communities trying to get a boat ride home, and nobody has one, and he panics. As he sits down on the beach, it's starting to get a little bit at dusk. It's starting to get a little dark or whatever. He looks up. 3 men in black come walking down the beach. This is before there was anything known about men in black. 3 men in black come walking up to him, and they call him out by name. Hey, John the Abbot, we hear that you need a boat ride back to your,
Man, are they like in the black suits?
Yep, they just says they're dressed in black attire. This is a 700 AD, solid black outfits. Come walking up the beach, and they call him out by name. Hey, John the Abbot, we know that you need a ride home. He's like, yeah, I do.
Cool.
You need to save your monastery, don't you? He's like, yeah, I absolutely do. I need one. We can help you. And he's like, okay, that's awesome. Not awesome, obviously, because I'm using today's language in 700 AD. He's like, okay, come with us. We're gonna get you a ride home. They take him to the middle of the beach, and they keep looking around to make sure nobody's around, nobody's looking. He said, go pick up that stick over there. And the abbot, John Abbott's like, I don't, okay. So he goes to pick up the stick. He goes, I need you to take this stick. The two of the three just kind of put their backs to the ocean and are watching this. And one of the men in black is doing all the talking. He said, I need you to take this stick, and on the beach, I need you to draw in the sand a picture of a boat. And I need you to do every single detail that you can possibly imagine. The oars, the sails, I need you to do this. And it needs to be, in our terms, it's big enough, like a full size, like a car, basically. But in their days, it had to be, a big drawing in the sand. And I need you to take your time and do it as detailed as you could possibly do it. And they stood there in a line and watched him for like 40 minutes draw this picture in the sand of this boat. And finally he was done. He goes, okay, is this some kind of a joke or something? He didn't understand. I drew the picture of the boat like this. How's this going to help me go home? We're just wasting time. I need to get back. I'm gonna lose everything. He goes, and they kept monitoring the beach, looking up and down the coastline for any witnesses. They didn't want to leave any witnesses behind. That's the key to this story, too.
A big part of the saying.
So
they don't leave no witnesses.
So eventually, he's like, "I need you to I need you to trust me, and I need you to do this." He's like, "And first and foremost, I need you not to panic." And John the Abbot was like, "What do you mean? I need you?" This is what happens. I need you to lay down in this boat that you just drew on the sand. But before you do, I need to warn you. You're going to hear the sounds of chaos. You're going to hear the storms brewing. You're going to hear screams and moans and pain and agony and fear. But I need you to tune all that out and not focus on that. I need you to focus on where you need to go. I need you to focus. You cannot allow those screams and those people in agony to know that you're there. They cannot be aware of you at all. And most important, you cannot, we know you are of the church. You cannot give the sign of the cross at all. You cannot.
What?
And he has no choice. His back's against the wall. He has no choice. He's like, I don't like this, but I have no choice to try this and see what the heck is going on. So he lays down, and instantly, as soon as his head hits the sand, he hears the storm. He hears screaming in his ear, like right next to him, and he's closing his eyes, and he's so fearful, and he's shaking on this beach. The sound of the waves close to him on the beach fade away, and all he can hear is a storm and lightning and water, and like if he feels like the boat's rocking, and he's just laying on the sand, and he hears all these people screaming and chaos around him, and finally a bright light hits him, and he opens up his eyes, and it's sunlight.
What?
And he sits up, and he's on the rooftop. And he looks around, and he's back in his hometown, in the building across the street from his burnt down monastery, on the roof.
Dang.
And he jumps up and looks around and realizes where he's at, and he's like, how in the heck did I get here? Oh my gosh. And he starts screaming for help because he's stuck on the roof. And the people around him think that it's a demon because they know that John the Abbot is supposed to be 4 days away in another city. And now, so he had to specifically call out these people call out them by name to get them to realize that he was real. He was not he was not a demon. He was not an evil entity. So they would give him a ladder to help him down. So they finally talks him into letting him down off the rooftop. And he goes straight to his local people. He's like, I got the paperwork to save my monastery, to save my land. And they unfold it and look at it, and they said, oh my gosh, why would an abbot of the church do this? This is a forgery. Like, what do you mean this is a forgery? He said, yeah, the date on this paperwork is yesterday. It's a 4-day trip from your land, from the governor's home to here.
Oh my God.
He lost his church anyways. He lost the land anyway after all that. And then he's panicking.
Wrong date.
He's panicking, so he goes to the local the priest and everything, and he is fully convinced that he made a deal with demons, or the devil to get him home, and that's why it failed, and he lost his monastery. But those were they demons, or were they the first ever incarnation of what we call the Men in Black?
The Men in Black.
And that's the story of John Abbott. It's like I said, it's a little quick. It's kind of a quick hitter. I tried to hit some, but that's 700 AD, man. They draw a picture.
Yeah, it's a 4-day trip, and he came back in 2 days.
And they thought it was a
you
forgery.
Damn demon! Get out of here!
But yeah, I thought that was is it. You got time travel. You got demonic. You got Men in Black. You got. I don't know what that would be like. You appear from one place to another, or whatever that's called. I'm so tired right now. I can't hardly think. But
teleportation.
Yeah, like teleport. He teleported from that. He drew a picture of a boat and then could not give the sign of it. Like, was he transported through hell to get there? Like, all the screaming and agony and storms, and the storm around him and all that other stuff. Like, what in the world? Was he riding on a ghost ship?
He wasn't allowed to make the cross.
That was the big thing. They said no matter what, you cannot do the sign of the cross, which led him to believe it was demonic, and very well could be. But regardless, it was three Men in Black, which I thought was crazy. First ever air quote Men in Black story in the known history. And this is you can look it up and find these. It's documented.
I'm not gonna lie to you. When you said like early mention like the earliest, I was like expecting some alien bullshit. Yeah, that's what they usually pop in about.
Yeah,
but that was actually unique.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is it says it is, but I don't know. I'll stick it in here and let y'all decide.
Oh, John Abbott. I don't know if that's him or not, but I know that it's pretty crazy. It's a crazy story. Just there's some of these
Has his name
stories.
out beside it.
Some of these stories, there's just
Again,
no
it's from
there's no way to
700 AD.
there's no way to prove any of it. Yeah, that's my story. I mean, I got a bunch of little stories and stuff like that, but what's your main one?
Mine is in the 1950s era.
Right. It makes you wonder if those were really men in black, what was they doing between 700 AD and the 50s when they got popularized as something really going on? You know what I'm saying? What was they doing? If that was really real men in black, like what the heck was they?
Bro, and like, dude, they be
They
getting
probably
caught.
walking around the.
Have you seen the MiG, like, Men in Black surveillance camera footage? The two dudes walking in and, like...
The shop or whatever and looking like robots or something.
Yeah, and then they just disappeared.
Yeah.
This one right here, bro.
I could just imagine just the men in black that's like they pretend to be that daily person, like just walking about.
you
And
got
one day I
this
was like,
photo.
oh shit, I'm drunk.
Here
I
come the
don't know if
men
they'll
in
relate to anybody's
black.
stories, but I want to get them in the podcast. Anyways.
Okay, while you're mumbling, I'll say this real fast though. I just imagine like the men in black just like out there, like between the time frame and all that shit. They're probably just like, jerking the torque, walking out and about, looking around and see which bitch to date or some shit. I don't know. I thought they'd be one of those people that'd be like kind of hidden in the public easily by just dressing like this.
Yeah, well, like I said, but
Yeah,
they
here's
just-
two photos. Let's show you the surveillance cam, the big popular surveillance
yeah,
one.
look how small the dude's head in the back is by comparison to his body. They got a small head, and
I did not.
and then the one in the front, as they're walking into it, he looks like he got a weird, like something over his face almost. And
Yeah,
then,
it looks like
yeah.
it looks like the mask from like the fucking like that green mask and like from that like movie cartoon thing.
yeah, the dude in the front looks like he got a bandana or something. That's like a orange triangle looking thing hanging down underneath his hat.
The, see. I think those are two big ones. Here's another
minute.
one.
Here comes the men in black.
Wait a minute. Is that the guy at the top there above him, the fucking John Abbott?
Supposedly, it's some of the ones that Andrew found.
Wow, I
Yeah.
didn't. John Abbott have a lazy eye apparently, based on that drawing.
Dude, these are kind of
Yeah.
cool, man. Like, they're just in black suits, just chilling.
Their faces,
Why do I
man.
feel like
They
that's
just,
some-
there's no wrinkles
Like,
on their
they're so
skin.
misinformed.
No wrinkles on their skin.
Like,
I
they
don't know. I
look
feel like
fake.
I feel like the grayed out picture Andrew sent just now. I feel like
It's
at
just-
some point I feel like there just might be just some mafia members that you just taking pictures of, calling them Men in Black.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, back then the mafia dressed like that.
It looked like an
that
Abraham
seems like a
Lincoln.
mafia
Looked like an
style.
Abraham Lincoln cosplayer to me. Horse store and Men in Black. years
Abraham
ago.
Lincoln.
Now the two above,
The skin
the
on their
fucking
face,
they're-
dude.
dude, it looks like some foreskin type bullshit.
It's creepy.
Like
Some
it's
interesting
hideous.
Photos, and then I'll get into my story here.
One of them looks like, dude. One of them was like a zombified Vladimir Putin.
Get zombified.
Yeah, dude, their skin looks fake, dude. Like
Man, that's creepy. That's so creepy.
that close-up shot of them two.
If they're
Like
yeah.
look at their face expression. Like what?
Dude, if they were actually real people, then I feel bad for the mothers because God Almighty, their mothers probably cried.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's hideous.
Alrighty. Let me get my story up here. Alright. Yeah.
Nothing against them personally. Well, maybe actually, I don't know, but like, man, you just look weird as fuck. Either you're fake, you're a fucking lizard man, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. You look kind of inbred.
I don't know.
Yeah, I got this one right here. This story I got. Some bitch.
Okay, that one picture you sent with a bunch of people standing underneath a UFO. That UFO looks drawn in.
Yeah, it's definitely fake.
Yeah. Placeholder images. But let's see.
Here comes the Men in Black.
The Galaxy Defenders. Here we go. In 1947, Harold DeHaye claimed a man in a black suit warned him not to discuss his alleged UFO sightings on Murray Island in the mid 1950s. The Murray Island incident refers to claims made by Fred Chrisman and Harold DeHaye, D-A-H-I. There you go. I can't really pronounce that. Falling debris and threatens by men in black following sightings of unidentified flying objects in the sky over Murray Island, Washington, United States. The pair claimed that the event had occurred on June 21, 1947. The incident was widely regarded as a hoax, even by believers of flying saucers and UFOs. On August 1st, 2 Air Force officers tasked with investigating the incident were killed when their plane crashed outside the Keystone Washington Blue Book Project Blue Book. Chef Edward I cannot pronounce these names, man. Ruplin characterized the story as the quote darkest or the dirtiest hoax in UFO history. The Murray Island incident has inspired an eponymous film artwork and local celebrations in the Dies Moines, Washington in 2017. Washington State Senate acknowledged the 70th anniversary of the event. Then let's see. After that, in the mid 1950s, UFOologist Albert K. Bender, what a name,
Bender.
and dead a robot
Kiss my
on a
glorious
My
Metal
shiny
fuse.
metal ass.
Yeah, get popped by a shiny metal ass.
The golden metal ass thing was from the Golden Bender. If you remember that?
Yeah,
fucking-
golden bender.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Claimed he was visited by men in dark suits who threatened and warned him not to continue investigating UFOs. He maintained that the men were secret government agents tasked with suppressing evidence of UFOs. Ufologist John Keneal claimed that he had heard encounters with the MIB and referred to them as demonic supernatural with dark skin and exotic facial features. According to UFO geologist Jerome Clark, reports of men in black represents experiences that, quote, don't seem to have occurred in the world of the consciousness reality. Keneal has argued that some MIB encounters could be explained as entirely mundane events perpetrated. Some bitch. Why is this so little? Let me zoom in.
Lord, don't read it.
I can't read. Perpetrated through folklore in his book, The Mothman yeah, fucking word.
Prophecies.
No, that's not prophecies.
I don't know.
It looks like prophecies. Oh well, fuck it. We'll put it on the screen. He described a late night out in 1967 where he was mistaken for MIB while searching for a phone call to call a tow truck. In his article, Gray Barker, my friend, the myth maker, claims that in the late 60s, at age 18, he cooperated with Barker and urged him to develop a hoax, which Barker coincidentally published about, called Black Men, 3 Mysterious UFO Inhabitants Who Silenced Sheriff Wood's Identity. And and it inspired the Men in Black. Eventually, inspired the movies, which I believe Mr. Peak is going to talk about.
My thing is, like I said, they always seem to be wanting to suppress information or get people to not talk about things that they say.
Oh my God!
That seems like to be...
That button just made everything better. Oh my God! I didn't even see that. Sorry.
What?
I clicked something and there everything's perfectly back to where it was.
But like, here's my thing: if there wouldn't have to be any suppression, if the aliens or UFOs were better at hiding themselves.
Yeah.
So why would they? They need to send alien or what? Like, a lot of people think it's the government themselves trying to hide stuff, which is very interesting because now they've come out and claimed that they're real, and they've really. Is the whole Men in Black, if they're sponsored or paid for by the government, is that whole organization just wiped out now because they've openly said that it's real, whether people believe it or not?
I don't know, man. Or like all that work was from the MIB.
Yeah, it's like I just don't know why. I don't know why they would have to. I mean, I do know why they would want to suppress information and stuff like that, especially back in those days. But I don't know the in-depth.
But like, if these beings are really that powerful, though.
Yeah, I mean, why would
they teleported a monk.
Yeah,
that's
what I'm saying.
Instantly.
If they're that powerful, they got that much technology, why couldn't they just Men in Black wipe their memories or whatever, and then they wouldn't have to worry about threatening people. They wouldn't have to worry about talking to these people, showing up at their front door and say, "Don't talk about what you just saw. Don't do that." They wouldn't have to.
Yeah.
They have this crazy UFO technology, and they can't. Yeah. And they have to use intimidation.
These scientists. Yeah. But like, dude. But if they all 3 look the same. I mean,
it's definitely weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Having triplets that look identical.
I just don't. Like I said, I don't know if they're related, and other than the fact is that it's they're cover-up artists. They're.
Yeah, that's what this here says. It's a pop culture UFO conspiracy theory. Men in Black are allegedly government agents in dark suits who question, interrogate, harass, and threaten unidentified objects, witnesses, to keep them silent about what they have seen. The term is also frequently used to describe mysterious men working for unknown organizations, as well as various branches of the government allegedly tasked with protecting government UFO secrets and or performing other strange activities. They are typically described as tall men with expressionless faces, slightly pale skin, and usually wearing black suits with black sunglasses. Quote, Men in Black encounters are very common told tales in the American UFO conspiracy theories. The term is generically as it is used for unusual threatening or strangely behavior in those who appearances on the scene can be linked into some fashion with the UFO sighting. So yeah. I mean, they're either aliens themselves covering up their like shitty cover-ups. Hey man, I didn't mean to fly over your house, but you can't tell nobody or I'll kill you.
Yeah, it's like
you wasn't supposed to see me, pal.
They're just government officials that look like they've been through inbred.
Yeah, they knock on the door, you open the door, it's like, well.
If they want to intimidate and use your threatening your family and stuff to keep you to not talk about stuff. But I just, like I said, I don't think that the real, if aliens are real and if UFOs are real, they have that ability to do all this high technological stuff that we can't reproduce. especially in those like in the 40s or whatever, 50s, 60s,
I mean,
whatever.
you've got cars back,
But
baby,
they have to
go
use
50 miles an hour.
mankind's intimidation tactics to keep people's mouths shut. That's the tie. I think it's government. If it exists, I think that it's government trying to keep people's mouths shut because they already knew that the aliens were, whatever.
Real.
But and they just didn't want it to leak out or whatever. But in the same thing, I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe on it. I think,
Dude, their expressionless face are so eerie looking though, man.
yeah.
Like they just look like skin that was like peeled across some type of like structure.
Right.
Yo, this right here says that oh no, this is just talking about UFO sightings and ufology. It's got the did we already do the Barney and Betty Hill? Yeah, we did that in the alien episode.
Mm-hmm.
I got a funny mention. You want to talk about Men in Black? Let's talk about the old Canadian Prime Minister real fast. Let's talk about this Man in Black right here.
Oh my gosh.
What the hell? What am I looking at?
I don't know. I ain't clicking on it because I already know.
If you don't get it, Andrew, the Prime Minister of like Canada back, like the old Prime Minister, he did blackface for Halloween. That's why I said, look at this Men in Black from Canada. Canada?
Yeah, but like,
oh my
dude,
lord.
it's like some of these ufologists claimed it was a demonic supernatural thing. But I've never that John Khalil guy said dark skin.
Yeah.
So like, oh, they burnt looking or like
They just can't match. They can't match.
Did they travel so far back in time, like the fucking Terminator? They fucking burnt the fucking skin off.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
Tell them like burnt rubber or some shit.
I don't know.
A lot of these
But,
like ufologies have some cool backstories that I've got pulled up, but maybe another time. I'm gonna try to pronounce this book though, so I'm not fucking retarded.
What?
Goodness gracious.
Oh, there we go. Now that I got a bigger, the Mothman prophecies.
That's what I said, and you said there ain't prophecies. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I had to zoom in.
I'm gonna put that clip right in here of me saying it, and you're like, that ain't what that is.
I zoomed in and got it bigger, and yeah, it's the Mothman prophecies.
Oh my god.
Because I got it like a little tiny box, so like it doesn't look like I'm looking over here.
I can't find the second story that I was going to talk about because it was just something from memory. It's another little quick hitter that I thought was kind of funny, but I can't find. I don't know if I heard it somewhere, and I don't know if it's real or not. But to me, it was funny because it was just some farmer that was sitting on his front porch one night and saw one of his cows get abducted by aliens. And he runs out in the field and looks up, and the UFO flies off. And so he goes to the sheriff's department the next morning and tries to tell them what he saw. And the next day, these two men show up at his front porch, and he pulls a shotgun on them because he's an old farmer boy. This is like in the 40s or 50s or something like that. Old farmer guy pulls a shotgun on them, and
I've not heard this.
And yeah, I've heard the story, and I can't find anything about it. But supposedly it was in Ohio or Indiana or something like that. Sees one of his cows get abducted, like sucked up in the UFO, and it just gone. And he runs out in the field as the cow's floating up, and like witnesses it firsthand, and it flies off. He gets up the next morning, goes to the sheriff, talks to the sheriff. They laugh at him and all this crazy stuff, but they have to take the report. The very next morning, or like a day or two later, he gets a knock on the door, and it's two men in black telling him he didn't see that. And he's like, well, damn it, I know what I saw. Y'all, I don't know who the hell y'all people are. And they keep trying to get into his house, and he pulls a shotgun on them. And it's like they wasn't even scared of the shotgun. Like they just kept trying to push their way into
the shot. It wasn't even bothering him.
Yeah. And he finally got it. And what he said is that it was in the 50s, I guess, because they were in an old, unmarked, no tags, no license plates, no nothing, like 50s model Cadillac.
That seems something they would drive.
Yeah, it's like, what in the world, dude? But I can't find anything about this. I tried looking it up real fast while I was thinking, but I can't find any. I don't know if it's true or not. I do remember hearing it somewheres on something. I thought it was
Dude,
pretty hilarious.
I pulled up that
Farmer Joe
Harold
sees
the
his cow.
Hawes.
Farmer Joe sees his cow get sucked up and he pulls a shotgun on him.
Get off my damn lawn, damn it!
Get off my porch, you idiots. I know what I saw.
I pulled up that Harold the Hawes story, dude. Oh my god, it's crazy.
Oh, man.
He saw
Right.
6 donut-shaped obstacles hovering over about a half a mile above his
Obstacles.
boat.
Obstacles.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what he
Lord.
said. On Murray Island. That Murray Island summary I
Yeah.
put in there.
Okay. So, let's get back to the, thing, and I'm just going to talk about, film impact regarding these legends, because that is rather interesting in itself. Because, we talked about a lot of crazy things before, but the one thing we didn't do is discuss stuff based off it, from, previous episodes, like we talked about, ghosts and all that shit. We didn't mention ghosts, inspired stories, we didn't mention all of that.
Right.
So for this one, we're gonna start, mentioning at least inspired films based off this fun, culture, just legends and all that shit. So the first, Men in Black inspired film in my list that I, put together real fast, because I put 5 films, and I was gonna give a small synopsis for each of them. The Brother from Another Planet, 1984.
Mhm.
Do you know what that one is, Lane?
No, I think I've heard of it. I've never seen it or whatever.
It's a cult classic.
Mhm.
It's a sci-fi film which 2 mysterious men in black suits and fedoras, wink wink nudge nudge,
Yeah.
relentlessly track a mute alien, an alien that's mute. So
The door.
if the alien happened to be deaf, he'd be the alien version of Helen Keller,
Yeah.
who crash landed in Harlem.
Yeah.
Which
maybe
I don't know much
have.
about that movie. I
Maybe I
thought
have
you
seen
would
it.
know about it, to be honest, because you had
Yeah, I got.
I don't know, 50 plus years.
Hey,
Age.
45. 45. I'm not a boomer. I'm a Gen X, man.
But yeah, I thought you would know that. But how about this? Do you know
It
the
does
Shadow
sound
Man?
familiar. The Shadow Man.
The
yeah.
Shadow Man, 1997.
Mhm. Once again, it
Okay,
rings
so it's a
bell.
darker thriller that makes a highly serious approach to the UFO conspiracy. It follows an ordinary man who, after seeing a UFO, becomes the target of shadowy government-affiliated agents intent on silencing him. Sounds like it's a typical. It's a movie about the typical, fucking story, urban legend of the Men in Black
Mhm.
coming
Well-
after your ass when you see a fucking UFO.
You know what I don't get about these, man? Why does the
What?
government always think it's their job to keep this shit secret? Why?
Well,
You know?
the only thing that makes
Like,
sense.
dude,
The only thing that
fuck?
makes sense to me is some kind of strategic
Advantage?
They want to
Advantage.
control us.
Yeah, just like their technology, what they got for the
Like, well,
drones and all this
gotta
other stuff
figure that shit
nowadays.
out.
It's like if they realistic, if let's just say hypothetically speaking, we recreated, reverse engineered something that crashed, and we're able to operate it. We don't want our adversaries in the world to know that we have that ability, because now we can fly over there and that they don't see a U.S. spy plane, they see a UFO. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
don't see an offensive weapon from their adversary. They see an alien, spacecraft or something. So I think it's possible? Absolutely. From a strategic point, sure.
Mhm.
But I mean, because if it gets out to the American people, then it's going to get out to the world news that they got this ability. Now we see it. Now that's no longer aliens. That's U.S. government flying over. What are they doing, spying on this country or whatever? So I could,
Yeah.
from a strategic standpoint, I do get it. I really do.
Yeah,
Also,
I mean, yeah, I do, but like, man, come on.
also just like what's in the recent news, and as they're trying to debunk and say is fake, it also can bring down one way or another. It could either bring down or massively strengthen the world's religions. So that could cause a lot of chaos, and ultimately will or won't, depends on which way you believe, if they are real, demonic or alien. So I just think that there's a lot of reason to keep things secret.
You know, I've never actually sat down and actually thought about that. I mean, I have, but like the fact that, you know, aliens might not even be aliens, it just could be demons. It's like, shit, that brings a whole nother problem.
Yeah,
But like,
I don't know.
I would
did-
like to think that they're too separated, but like, damn, that'd be another problem if it's the same
I don't know.
creature.
I am, like I said, when we talked about our alien episode, I am 80 to 90% sure they're demonic and not actual beings from different planets. Just
I mean, yeah, I can see, but I would
I'd-
hope that there are different beings from different planets.
just
Why else would we have 600,000
Yeah.
billion infinite planets?
yeah, I mean,
Like, I just hope, if it is real or whatever, that
I don't know.
demons. I don't want to deal with demons.
The one thing that gets me is, and it's very, very possible. It's very, very possible. But if you believe what people say, is the mentioning of Jesus's name stops the abduction. If it's alien, they think it's alien. They scream out to Jesus to help them, and the aliens stop hurting them. They stop and they put them back.
Really?
Absolutely, it's proven fact. Look it up.
There's historical situations where people have been being abducted by aliens, and then they'll cry out Jesus' name. You know, Jesus, help me. That's the prayer that these are crying out, and then all of a sudden, boom, the aliens completely disappear. Right, and so that's an indicator that what they prayed for, they got. Christ helped them.
Cases, you know, that I'm aware of with collaborators that I work with, where these abductions have been halted by people calling on the name of Jesus Christ. Now, I don't want to diminish people's experiences, but, you know, I've had comments, well, you wear an aluminum hat or aluminium hat and that can keep them away, and, you know, that type of stuff. No. And in the movie, we have the testimonies of these people who were having these experiences. They were terrified, and in the moment of terror, they recalled or called out to their childhood memories of who Jesus was. And the instant his name was called, it stopped.
So why do these aliens respond to Jesus?
Exactly. Exactly. And that indicates the spiritual nature of what is going on. So the evidence is spiritual, and then when we get to the level of abductions, deceptive messages are being given to people, but then when they're halted in the name of Jesus, that is incredibly powerful. And again, when I'm saying that we've now got hundreds of testimonies, and I can't mention names, but I know people in the higher levels of UFO investigations that actually readily acknowledge this, but because of their positions, they can't actually come forward and candidly reveal this. So in some respects, this is one of the best kept secrets. One of the guys, my colleagues, my collaborators who worked on this, when he found this out, he wasn't a Christian at the time. And he kind of said, well, okay, what is it about Jesus that these aliens don't like? And he rang up his colleagues in MUFON and said, look, we think we found something. We've got these testimonies of people in the moment of their inductions. They said a prayer, they sang a psalm, a hymn, something Christian that was spiritual, and the abductions stopped. And, you know, so what is it about Jesus that they don't like? And he found out that his colleagues in MUFON already knew about it.
Wow.
The simple answer was, okay, so aliens don't like Jesus. Big deal.
So this is non-Christians in MUFON. Can you just say what does MUFON?
MUFON is Mutual UFO Network. It's the world's largest UFO investigation group here in the US.
When you mention Jesus in an abduction story, they stop. So either Jesus went to 50 million planets, just like he did here, and died that many times. It's possible. Is Jesus.
Yeah.
Is God's son. He could do whatever. He could
Right.
go. He could go die for them too, just like he died for us. Died for all living beings. Is it possible? Sure.
That's crazy.
Or they're demonic and they fear the name of
Non-humans.
Jesus. They have to. Either which way. So
Ooh, that's pulling some hard strings there.
I'm
That's crazy.
I don't know. There's a lot of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that like I said, I am 80 to 90% sure, in my personal opinion, that they are not. That's leaning towards demonic more than aliens. Just
That's what it sounds like. Yeah.
it's always I don't know, man. It's always experiments, always like harm involved. It's never come on this ship and let me take you for a joyride. It's never nothing cool. It's always fear, and that's another thing. It's always fear induced. It's always something scary. It's always life altering situation for these people. It's never
Yeah,
nothing
man.
pleasant. Never nothing pleasant. And just because an alien comes to this planet, if they're real aliens, why would they automatically be hateful and bad guys? They could, not all of you would think that there would be at least one or two abduction stories that would be, I went on a cool ride, man. This dude took me to Saturn.
Some ice
Just-
cream.
Yeah, he took me to Saturn and showed me the rings and then brought me back. Didn't do nothing crazy. It would at least be something, but there's none.
Right.
There's not a single one.
No, it's
Nothing.
always like
It's always
either like
fear induced. And what do demons do? They feed on your fear. They
point.
gain strength
I'm
from
like,
your fear.
Oh my god. If aliens are real, I hope I run into a bill.
And like I said, they want to separate
Where's
your
the ball?
belief in Jesus. And like, what's the bigger plan here? Demonic solidifies angels and demons. Demonic solidifies good and bad. Demonic solidifies Jesus, God, and the devil. Aliens necessarily don't. We're aliens. Make you believe something different than they're not. There's a lot I could go and I could talk about this
That's
individual thing for an hour just because I've studied it so hard to try to figure out what I believed in or not. And I really believe, like 90% sure that they're demonic more than alien beings. That's my opinion.
Dang.
It's just my opinion.
I've
Strictly my opinion.
I have heard that before, but I've never like heard it like that. That's yeah. Like thinking about it, yeah.
This is what my brain does. This
Like,
is why I have trouble sleeping.
And like I feel like if there is
It never
stories that are
stops.
that like good, I just don't feel like they take off that much.
Yeah.
But like
I mean, even the angel stories in the Bible, it's fear. They like you see them, you're scared of them, so that's why they
they
immediately
come up to you and say,
fear not, for
fear
I am a
not,
messenger
yeah.
of God. I had something
Yep.
positive to tell you. Don't bow before me. Don't cower in fear. I just got to tell you something. Or, it's like that. They're necessarily might not be taking you for a joyride in space or whatever, but they got good news or something positive to share with you. So instantly, don't fear. Don't fear. This is not fear based. I don't want to
Have
induce
you
fear.
seen them,
Fear is demonic to me.
them biblically accurate drawings or depictions.
Yeah, the
of
rings
angels
with all
are?
the eyes
Yeah,
and stuff in them, or the
yeah.
wings
Like-
with 7 million eyes on them.
Yeah,
It's
I've seen that. Like,
very.
and like, see if you see that,
You're gonna be
it's them.
afraid. Yeah, you're gonna be
or you're gonna be
afraid.
terrified. Yeah,
And
so that's why they say fear not.
Right. If
Yeah.
there's something good,
Yeah.
good, they instantly try to remove that fear from you. If there's something bad, they try to hone in and amplify that fear to feed on it.
Yeah, you're right. There ain't that many. I mean, not that I've heard of any of them that are good.
Well, okay.
Here comes
was an
the
interesting-
black.
That was an interesting tangent on all the way to aliens being devils and demons. But
Yeah.
next movie is Hangar 18, 1980. Do you know what that one is, Lane?
Hangar 18 isn't that where they supposedly took Roswell crash?
I think so. I mean.
Okay, you guys know that. Kind of know this movie then, good. So I don't really have to say the thing was like it's basically the same. It's like depicting or shadowly government agents, blah blah blah, Men in Black, who chased the film's protagonist to cover up the discovery of a crash UFO. Typical shit.
Yeah.
I also picked up 2 comedy examples of like Men in Black inspired movies, and everyone should know this one because if you don't, you are uncultured swine and deserve to be deported to Mars. Men in Black.
Here comes
1997.
Men in Black.
Yeah, 3 movies, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yep.
they did do 3 of them, but the first and second one's pretty good. The first one is probably by far the coolest, man. Tommy Lee Jones, he's a good actor. He's a great comedian.
Oh,
For
yeah.
the old man,
Funny.
the old straight, you know, in comedy, you got the comedic act, and you got what they call the straight man. Is that he's straight laced, but he's got his one-liners in there too that are just so good, man. Tommy Lee Jones he's good. It's a very, very pretty cool movie. It's hilarious, but
I love it, yeah.
it's got a lot of myths and stuff in there that they touched on based on the Men in Black.
Oh, yeah. Coming up to you with the thing forgetting
Yeah,
is a big part of their thing.
yeah. I just feel
Taking,
like
they're
if
taking the
Yeah.
aliens that cause chaos,
yeah. It
turn
can
them into workers. Like, they have office buildings and stuff.
be- that big
Yeah,
fat
that's a lot of shit.
the big fat bug in the dude with the bug in his body.
Yeah,
my
or like
God.
I like the freaking little like grasshopper looking guys or whatever the hell it was
Yeah.
carrying that box and they're in that elevator. That shit's hilarious.
That shit's funny as fuck.
Yeah, that movie's
Now, the next movie, this is the last movie. I'll also mention other things as well. But J-Man Forever, 1979. This
I was thinking-
is pretty old as well. This is like an early parody and spoof film that features government agents tasked with protecting the public from, which it's supposed to be aliens, but when I looked it up, it said supernatural villains.
Hmm.
So that's kind of interesting and covering up the truth. It
Right.
it was leaning on that, like, it was heavily leaning on the emergent alien conspiracy of the era. It was from.
Yeah. Oh wait, also in Men in Black, ain't it got the talking pug, or is that a different movie?
No, it's in there.
That's in Men in Black.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember if
Pug
it was,
talks.
I don't remember if it was
Man,
the first one or the
whoever
second.
made the Men in Black movies on fucking crack.
They're
And
good
then-
though.
and
They're
then-
good.
Then Will Smith made
Yeah,
him
they're
a
good.
song that we've all been singing since we started.
And just
MIB.
Just for
Yeah.
reference in this video too, this is recorded, and I am super excited about the movie coming out just give you time on when we're recording this. Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg comes out in like 2 weeks, and I'm going to see it because I'm very excited about it. Because I think that's going to touch on a lot of things that I possibly could be looking at realistically happening.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I am firmly on the mindset that Hollywood tries to clue America or the world in on things that could be happening in behind the scenes, and it's like, so there's this belief, and I'm going to say this, and I don't know if it fits in this episode or not, but there's this belief with satanic things that they have to tell you what's coming before they do it, but you just don't realize it until it's too late.
Dang.
So
Oh, it's just like what, like, The Simpsons, supposedly
No.
predicted 9/11.
no, not exactly. That's kind of prediction stuff,
The Simpsons
or
predicted
just
a lot
weird.
of stuff.
This is like I don't know, man. It's a common thing if you look it up. Like say I can't really pull anything right off the top of my head, but I know it's a very common common belief is that they tell you what they're going to do before they do it. Just like this whole we're trying to get everybody, they're trying to make all these world governments fail so they can unite us under a one world currency, one world governments, the surveillance states. All these things are
That's
coming to pass
doomsday.
right now, and they've said all this since the 80s. They've said all this since the 70s. They told everybody, and then they give people the time to say, oh, that's never going to happen, and then they slowly start infiltrating everything until it's too late, and you're like, oh, they have been doing this. So it's like all these things
They're about to start destroying our cars right
they-
now just so they can get surveillance in our vehicles.
They tell you
The
what they're going to do
E15
before
shit.
they do it, and they give you time to overlook it and think that it's garbage until it's too late. So that's what I think. I tying that in, I think Disclosure Day, from what I've seen in the trailers or whatever, it's got a lot of government
I'd love it
issues,
if they could
government
figure out how all
cover-ups,
three go.
government conspiracies and stuff like that, and how they're gonna reveal whether, and like they've already released these garbage files that everybody's went through, and it's so funny because there's like the best thing in these government files that they just released is a hoax file. It's not a hoax. It's a real file. It's real video footage, but it's a flare. I don't know if you see if y'all read the alien files that they released.
I went in there.
The diamond. It looks like a diamond or whatever, but you can clearly see the parachute behind it. It's a flare. They tried to purposefully cut the parachute out, but you can still see the shadow of the parachute and the diamond looking.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see the parachute. People has debunked the crap out of that, but it's the best thing in the files. But you look at it and it's clearly not what they say it is. So
I've looked at all of the
people
files, I've read it and watched the videos because there's like maybe 10 videos in there.
just like all this other stuff, I think they're drip feeding. They're doing things slowly. Because if they do it all at once, it disrupts their plans. They have to do it in increments so you got time to say, man, that's garbage. Man, that's garbage. Holy crap, it's too late. It's like that's the way I think it works. Is they either try to get you used to the idea slowly, or they want you to think it's garbage and it's a hoax and it's never going to happen until they pull the trigger on it and they got everything set up to do it. So. It's like this whole thing that it's recently been in the news where supposedly all these pastors got called to a secret meeting out in Utah or Colorado or something like that, and that the government was told all these pastors, you need to get your churches ready because what's coming is crazy, and you need, what the government's about to reveal about all these demonic entities that we're calling aliens is going to rock your churches. It's going to rock everything and all this other. And then it comes out that the people that are telling this weren't even in this meeting. They're just like, the meeting was real. You're overlooking that fact because now you're fed all this misinformation about what the meeting really was. They feed you garbage to get you used to this stuff, but you're overlooking the truth.
So you just shrug it and overlook. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I don't understand. Well, I mean, I do understand because that's the way humanity works. Like they want to hide stuff from you.
And it's like, dude, why can't we just all be humans? Why do we always gotta step on each other? Like,
don't know the answer to that, but I do know in my heart of hearts that it's only going to get worse because that's the way that it's supposed to happen. So whatever they do, it's only going to get worse from here on out. But maybe we'll get some better.
Andrew, basically this.
Maybe we'll get some better movies out of it. Come on, Disclosure Day. 2 weeks, I'm going.
I wish we could all three go. That'd be sick.
I'm going.
Andrew, basically, this world is either kill or be quilled. Quilled? I'd say quilled by accident, motherfucker.
Porcupine quills?
Killed or be killed, Mr. Squidward.
You get some porcupine quills?
But like, yeah, it's like the world's harsh, but unfortunately, it's just how the world is sometimes.
Yeah,
and
man.
I was gonna say something earlier, but I fucking forgot. So, nice. But I do have my thing that I do want to talk about and finish up. Okay. So I was at the J-Men Forever movie, and we just talking about other stuff. So like the point of mentioning these films, right, is because of the cultural impact they had. Notice how most of these movies tend to lean more on the alien with some supernatural elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, that has contributed to how the public views the Men in Black in general.
Right.
Entities that exist only visible but yet beyond human comprehension.
Mm-hmm.
The culture surrounding them is that they hold some sort of horror that ravages the feeble human mind into what I think is a pink gush substance. I don't fucking know.
Right.
Because I just imagine, like, if we look at the horror related to them and shit, it just like fucks their brain up with some shit, trying to comprehend like the full extent of like of what they are.
Right.
It's the point of me calling it like a pink gush substance at that point, because you're basically brain dead. According to these films, they are not just the mysterious; they are the supernatural. And in video games inspired by these urban legends, they take a different approach. Instead of just focusing on high-tech alien policing like films do, games instead have worked for the broader conspiratorial themes and legends surrounding the Men in Black. This shit even extends to creepypastas, by the way. Polybius, which is an urban legend. I don't even know if I talked about this in the creepypasta episode. If I did, then I don't remember, so I apologize, but I'm just going to give a little synopsis on it. It's not an official game, but in the scenario that it supposedly is, a release game, it was during the 80s. When arcades and shit.
Yeah.
Right, video games.
This urban legend, this urban legend is famous because it claims that a hypnotic arcade game was deployed in Oregon by Men in Black.
Right.
Who could have guessed? Who would periodically harvest data from the machines to test government mind control experiments.
Yeah, sort of.
Kind of like real life on how the CIA was performing Project MK Ultra. Kind of like that.
That is real.
Yeah,
that one's real.
Yeah.
Damn, so the MIB out here throwing hypnotizing games.
Could be.
But that's kind of interesting. It's a possibility. Hell, I could be doing this shit now. I could be playing fucking Half-Life. I'd be getting, Men in Black propaganda. Shit.
Yeah.
Though, I'll say this, though. Most likely in real life, they're probably just the same as us. They're probably just fucking people with weak bones, not, supernatural. They're just like more mysterious, no dangerous secrets, and, they're more corrupt.
Just corrupt.
Maybe evil, corrupt, but they are not supernatural.
But like, how the hell do they make themselves look like each other like that? That's what I don't get.
I mean, plastic surgery's a thing.
Yeah. I guess you got a point there, yeah.
That or they did inbreeding. Either one.
Breeding. Or the government somehow conjured up enough twins to run a whole ass.
Like, either way, either they're corrupt,
agency.
whatever the fuck, either they're corrupt, blah, 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 all that shit, or they're just, I don't know, fucked in the head. I don't know. Personally for me, I obviously don't have any stories involving the Men in Black. I don't think any of us do.
No, I don't have any
Not
personal
personally.
story.
Also, personally for me, I never discovered any secrets that makes the government want to come after my ass. So, yeah. I have fuck all regarding this.
I've seen some stuff, but I've never seen nothing important enough to see Men in Black. But then again, I'm not. Like I said, I have a personal thing, and I talked about it in the UFO thing where I saw that blue streak coming home from work. It was a damn UFO. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. This is the first time I'm that episode, and then this is the first time I've ever mentioned it publicly at all. I'm not going to the newspapers and riling up interest and crazy stuff in it. It happened, whatever. I don't know how many people on the interstate saw it that morning. I know I did. I know what I saw, but they ain't never. I ain't never. It seems like when you're trying to draw attention and craziness to it, like that farmer story. He went to the sheriff. Yeah. Trying to get our newspapers, you get the stuff out there, then they want to come nip it in the bud and just get rid of the story real quick and bury it, get you to stop talking about it, use intimidation and stuff like that. I saw it. And I'm not worthy enough to, just because I saw something to have be intimidated because I didn't see enough or see anything. Regardless, I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be scary as shit.
To see like an alien,
but. To see him, see a Men in Black, but
yeah, they pull up on my fucking door and they start knocking like, "Hey, what's up, skinheads?"
But in the same breath, there's only so much you can threaten to somebody that ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah, man. Like what are they gonna do?
So theoretically speaking, the world needs people like me to see shit. People needs, because that's how the truth is gonna ultimately get out there. Because there's only so much you can take away from somebody that ain't got nothing to work, anyways. So,
yeah.
It's just the way I see it. Like, get you fired and ruin your life. Okay. You mean I ain't gotta go to work tomorrow? You mean I ain't gonna have to worry about anything for a while? I mean, come on, man. It's like there's only so much you can threaten somebody that ain't got nothing to lose. So that's what I feel like is the world needs people like me or worse off than me to be able to tell the stories and have something real happen to them that is provable, that can't be shut up because they ain't got nothing to lose. or people like if you believe Bob Lazar, and he went ultra public just to keep them. They supposedly erased his educational history. The government erased all these things
Bob
about him.
Lazar,
Yeah, he's one of the most famous UFO. He supposedly worked at Area 51, which is it's called something else. The place that he worked at, but it's within Area 51. But anyway, they erased everything, his school history, or either that or he's lying. But this man's story has never changed for 40 years. It's been exactly the same.
Everything. It's hard to tell a lie at the same time.
Yeah, and not only that, but you talk about something that's not been discovered, and then they discover it and prove your story. Like, how many lies have you ever heard somebody tell that 15 years later comes the truth? Their lie becomes the truth. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way. You talked about Element 115 15 years before it was ever even discovered.
That's yeah.
It's like, you know, I mean,
because they already had it.
Right, that's what. Yeah, regardless on what you believe on the Lazar thing, what he claims is they erased his, because colleges are government funded. Colleges are tied. They get money and stuff from their state, so they have power. So they just went in and erased his educational history. They erased his job history. They they did all this stuff to decredit him. So he just he dove headfirst into it because he's scared for his life at this point. They already erased his history. They could wipe him off the face of the planet. So if I'm out in the public all the time and something happens to me, then I'm telling you, then that's why all these scientists have been disappearing. A lot of them are saying, I don't want to kill myself. I know I'm not suicidal. There's nothing going to happen to me. If you hear it happening, I didn't do it. And they're saying this on purpose. They're taking playbook. They're taking the playbook from Bob Lazar. I'm telling you, that's what they're doing. Like, if the government is behind all these scientists, that's exactly what they're doing. Is that these people that are not getting killed or whatever, they're taking the playbook from Bob Lazar by saying ultra public, stating on every platform that they could possibly state that they are not suicidal. They don't want to hurt themselves. Just to try to protect themselves, to get themselves in the public saying this stuff, that when something happens, you're going to question it. That's what Bob Lazar did.
Like, they be making videos. Like, have you seen the video of the one girl scientists that are just getting random burns? Like, they're just like...
Yeah, their keyboards.
Their keyboard.
Yeah.
Like, her whole hand, like, they're, like, hitting her with some type of, like, radiation or some shit. It's like, damn, man. And then she disappears. That's fucking crazy. That's, what is it at? Like 14? 15? It just up and disappeared. Yeah. That right there is insane.
Crazy
alert.
Sorry, I was trying to watch the clip that I'm going to put in at the end of this episode.
Have you
I was trying to find it on YouTube real quick.
You heard of the Dr. Stephen Greer guy?
Yeah.
He's a pretty big one too.
All right. Let me touch on this and we can cut it out this episode or whatever. Anybody, I'm gonna use this term as largely as I can, so I'm not singling somebody out. But you did mention his name. Anybody who claims to be a whistleblower that then has to get permission to blow a whistle is not a goddamn whistleblower.
Wait, what? He had to get permission?
Everything, every statement that he's ever made is approved by the fucking Pentagon. That is not a whistleblower. That is somebody.
That's crazy.
That is a front. That is a opposition. I don't know. That is an offensive move to give misinformation. Yes, he's been in Congress. He testified before Congress. Everything that he has freely talked about, if he says it, is approved by the Pentagon. That's not a whistleblower. That is somebody who is doing
That's
a
just
job.
someone
Who's doing a
LARPing as
job.
one.
Somebody doing a job. I don't have any. I don't believe a single word that comes out of the man's mouth. Some
I'll
things,
listen
some
to
things that I
him
want to,
on,
some things I want to believe them, but I like I said, if you have to have approval to make a statement, you're not blowing a whistle. You're a canary in a cave, man. You're just doing what they tell you to do.
Yeah, I listened to him one time. Dude, it's been like a year, 2-3 years ago. I listened to him on that. I know everybody probably knows the Impulsive podcast.
Yeah.
That Logan Paul's, he was on there. He touched on like some of the things we talked about in the Alien episode about the drawing,
Mhm.
the kids drawings. you
Oh,
know.
from Africa country.
Yeah, he touched
Oh,
on
yeah.
that a little bit. Yeah, it was pretty interesting, some of the shit he was saying, but I didn't know it was like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure is.
I'll point this out. Like I said, I do agree with Lane. Like, if the Pentagon just is like let you just do this shit, and it's like you had to be approved by the Pentagon, then like
Yeah,
not a
you know,
whistleblower.
Here-
Like you're
whistleblowers
not
risk their ass, bruh. It's
you're not
so
holding
true.
a whistle. Like you're not holding the whistle if the government's telling you what to do. You're holding a script.
100%.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
just to solidify this thing without tying back into Hollywood and movies and stuff like that, look up how many movies, like the Pentagon has a Hollywood wing where they
Yeah.
approve
Yeah, no.
scripts. They write
Yeah,
and
they
approve
have-
scripts
And it's
Oh,
also
God.
proven. It's
Propaganda.
also
to
proven.
drip feed propaganda, to drip feed information, to drip feed all this other stuff to get people used to ideas and concepts that they have coming. It's fact.
Yep. I was about to say that. Yep.
So
That's fact. That is real.
they're
Like every time U.S. like military or anything's
mentioned,
involved in
used, talked about. Yeah.
it has to be exactly the way the government says it goes.
Yeah,
in the
and that's
movie.
why I'm kind of, because this film disclosure day is a lot about the government, how the government handles this. That I know there's going to be a lot of stuff, and that's why I'm going in with this mindset. I want to see this movie. I want to. Everybody's saying that Emily Blunt in Disclosure Day gives one of the best performances of her entire life. Like I said, I am into the arts. I'm into creativity. I love watching people do their passion in any way, music, art, performing, acting. I love it. It gives me goosebumps. I love being around people like that. I love seeing it on screen. So I want to see it. Sure, for that fact, probably number two. I want to see the main reason I want to see it is what the government is going to try to drip feed, because I know for a fact it has to be approved by somebody. So that's what I'm gonna go going in, picking it apart. And hopefully it doesn't have a good soundtrack so I can actually watch the movie. I can't watch films with good soundtracks.
Dude, I wish there was a way we could all watch it and then give our review.
Yeah.
Or we can all watch it and do like a little disclosure
Yeah, bring-
episode on here.
Bring your road trip. Come up for a road trip. It's in 2 weeks. It releases it releases Friday the 12th. He said,
That sounds like a thing you guys could do.
yeah.
Yeah, Nick don't even know what the sun is.
He
Do
said,
you, Nick?
I'm definitely going. I don't know what.
2 weeks?
I go Friday or Saturday morning. I usually go on
Shit,
when I go to
might
movies.
I might actually take you up on that. We're about done working these weekends.
When I go to the movies, I usually go to the first showing on Saturday mornings because it's cheaper. I mean, that's usually what I do. Get up early and go to the movies.
I for real might take you up on that offer. We'll go.
Yeah,
I'll come up
I
there.
want to see it really badly. Like I said, there's
We're
a lot of
supposed to be
there's a
done
lot of
working all
reasons why I
weekend.
want to see it, but I definitely want to see it. I like Spielberg too. He's like I said, he's one of the best directors ever. So, and speaking of like aliens and craziness, like Close Encounters of the Third Kind still is one of the greatest alien movies ever. I feel like.
Oh yeah. I like,
So,
yeah.
but
A little funny one, if y'all haven't seen, is I think it's, what is it called? Is it Bill or Bob? Human Bill or Human Bob? Oh my god, dude, that shit is. I want an alien like that. Well, I think it's Bob. The movie
That's
is
how
called Paul.
yeah, I know.
Have you seen that?
No, because it looks stupid to me. But that's what's.
It's funny though.
I like that y'all like it. It's fine.
It's funny. It's funny. I absolutely thought that shit was hilarious. Yeah, that movie is funny and shit. It really is. I left my ass off. If alien happens and I come across the alien, I really hope it's a Paul, because I would hang out with that bitch. That right there is like a damn like man's best friend as an alien. That has been the episode Men in Black with the Midnight Enigma crew. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think down below in the comments below. If you all have your own stories, you can also type them down there. We'll read every one of them, and we'll give you a reply, or we'll probably mention you in an episode. So look forward to that, and yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and check out all the other things, everybody's channels independently in the links below. And we'll catch you on the next episode. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. This has been Midnight Enigma.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just trying to fuck you up.
We got OneLane over here. And we got Pika.
Yo.
And we are Midnight Enigma. And we'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Yeah.
Now fuck off.
This right here is a neuralizer, and I need you to look right into it. In this episode, this episode, and the Midnight Enigmas ain't nothing but a figment of your imagination.